And now for our next news special report.
Tonight, we venture into the heart of the swamp, where former President Donald Trump issues a dire warning that every American needs to hear. Speaking at the National Republican Senatorial Committee, Donald Trump unveils a chilling reality. Our nation is under siege, and the Biden administration's failures are the culprits. But amidst the chaos, a glimmer of hope emerges. The GOP's unprecedented unity and the commitment to American values, they offer a path forward. So stay tuned for the full story. Now, in the words of Benjamin Franklin, whoever would overthrow the liberty of a nation must begin by subduing the freeness of speech. Today, Next News Network faces an unprecedented assault from big tech, determined to silence our voice and suppress the truth. Just as the Founding Fathers stood against tyranny, we must now stand united against this modern-day oppression. Your support through the Give, Send, Go link in the description is more than just a donation. It's a declaration of independence from the shackles of censorship. Together, we can ensure that the liberty of free speech remains unshakable and the truth will always prevail. Now, former President Donald Trump's appearance at the National Republican Senatorial Committee, a meeting in Washington, D.C., sent shockwaves through the political establishment. In the heart of the swamp, Trump delivered a powerful warning every American needs to hear. So you got to share this to the four corners of America. He exposed the dire state of our nation under Joe Biden's administration, the failed leadership, and he offered a glimmer of hope for a brighter future. As Thomas Jefferson once said, "The government is best which governs the least, because its people discipline themselves." Watch.
Well, thank you very much. This was a great meeting. There's tremendous unity in the Republican Party. We want to see borders. We want to see strong military. We want to see money not wasted all over the world. We don't want to see Russian ships right off the coast of Florida, which is what they are right now. That's unthinkable. We want to see just success for our country. And we don't have success right now. We have inflation that's killing everybody. We have levels of inflation that nobody's seen for, they say 42 years, they say 53 years, and they say 75 years. I would say probably all of them are wrong. Probably we've never seen levels like this before. And we're going to end that. We're going to bring back our jobs. We're going to bring back common sense to government. We're going to have strong borders, and we're going to have people come into our country, but they're going to come in legally. They're not going to pour in from prisons all over South America and all over the world. And it's not just South America, by the way. It's all over the world. And we're not going to have them pour in from mental institutions, which is where they're coming from, large numbers, and large numbers are terrorists. And we're not going to have this. So what's happening to our country is of great concern to the group of people standing alongside of me. And I just wanted to say that we have great unity. We have great common sense. A lot of very smart people in this room and a lot of people that love our country. They love our country beyond just about all else. And the only thing that maybe supersedes it is their family and maybe their faith in certain instances, and that's very nice. But they want this country to be great again, and we're going to make it great again. And so I just want to thank the Republican Senate, and I want to thank also the House. We met, as you know, with the full House, Republican House today, and we had a tremendous meeting with them also, and there's great unity. Very similar, different topics actually, but not that different. And there's one thing in common. We want to make America great again. We want to make our country great again. We're a nation that's in decline. We're a declining nation. We're a nation that is being laughed at all over the world. We have a leader that's being laughed at all over the world. And we're going to turn it around. We're going to turn it around fast. The polls are looking like they're very strongly for us. And no matter where you look, in fact, a lot of states that people thought weren't in play are very strongly in play. Some were actually leading in. But we have to get elected. We have to take this beautiful place, and we have to make it really something very special again. Right now, it's not special. Right now, it's being scorned and being used as an example of when they look at the crime on the streets, when they look at all of the problems that we have, they're using us as a bad example of democracy. and they're getting away with murder, and we're not going to let it happen. So I just want to thank you for coming, and I want to thank everybody here. You're all either elected or you're going to be elected again and reelected, and I'm with every one of you, and you know that. I'll be with you always. And thank you very much for inviting me, and we're going to have great success. I think we're going to have a tremendous election. It's November 5th is very important, but we really start much earlier than that. You have North Carolina. As an example, you have North Carolina September 6th. You have Pennsylvania starts on September 22nd. These are things different from the old days. We had Election Day, and you had paper ballots, and you had voter ID. Unfortunately, maybe someday we'll get back to that, but you don't have that right now. But this is an outstanding group of people. I'm with them 1,000%. They're with me 1,000%. We agree just about on everything, and if there isn't, we work it out. And I've had a really great relationship with just about everybody here, just about all of the senators. And if it wasn't fantastic, it gets worked out. And we have one thing in mind, and that's making our country great. So thank you all very much. We appreciate you being here. Thank you very much.
Now, he began by unveiling the unprecedented unity within the Republican Party, united by a shared love of our country and a commitment to American values. The GOP stands ready to tackle the pressing issues threatening our very way of life. From the crippling inflation that's strangling our economy to the chaos at our southern border, Trump laid bare the consequences of the Biden administration's disastrous policies. In the words of James Madison, the powers delegated by the proposed Constitution to the federal government are few and defined. With inflation soaring to levels unseen in decades, American families are struggling to make ends meet. Trump slammed the current administration's reckless spending and misguided economic policies, which have fueled this crisis. He assured the American people that the GOP has the solutions to rein in inflation and restore stability to our economy. By fostering job growth, cutting taxes, and promoting responsible fiscal policies, Trump promised that the GOP would steer our nation back to prosperity. As Benjamin Franklin wisely noted, a penny saved is a penny earned. Now, the crisis at our southern border, Trump argued, is another glaring example of the Biden administration's failures. By dismantling the effective policies put in place during the Trump presidency, the current administration has unleashed a flood of illegal immigration and compromised our national security. Trump vowed that under GOP leadership, our borders would be fortified and immigration would be regulated through legal channels. This, he asserted, is essential to protect American jobs, American communities, and American lives. George Washington understood the importance of national security when he said, "To be prepared for war is one of the most effective means of preserving peace." Trump also addressed America's diminishing standing on the world stage. Under the Biden administration's weak leadership, our nation has become a laughingstock. But Trump offered hope, declaring that the GOP's unwavering strength and unity would restore America's respect and influence globally. By projecting power, standing up to our adversaries, and championing American interests, Trump assured that the GOP would make America a force to be reckoned with once again. And as Alexander Hamilton stated, "A nation which can prefer disgrace to danger is prepared for a master that deserves one." Central to Trump's message was GOP's unwavering dedication to the values that have made America great. He praised the courage, the patriotism, and the common sense of Republicans, emphasizing that their love for our country guides every decision they make. This commitment to American values, Trump argued, is the driving force behind the GOP's mission to save our nation from the brink of collapse. In the immortal words of John Adams, "Liberty once lost is lost forever." As the upcoming elections draw near, Trump issued a clarion call to the American people. He urged them to support GOP candidates who share his vision for America's future, candidates who will tirelessly restore our nation's greatness. With stakes higher than ever, Trump declared that every vote matters in this battle for the soul of our republic. Samuel Adams reminds us, "It does not take a majority to prevail, but rather an irate, tireless minority keen on setting brush fires of freedom in the minds of men." If you got value from this report, tap subscribe. My final thought is next. Trump's warning from the heart of the swamp is a wake-up call for every American. The GOP's unity and commitment to our nation's values offer hope in the face of the Biden administration's failures. As we approach the crucial upcoming elections, it is imperative that we heed Trump's call to action. In the words of Patrick Henry, give me liberty or give me death. By supporting GOP candidates and fighting for the principles that make America great, we can reclaim our nation's future and secure a brighter tomorrow.
Congratulations, you made it to the end of the video. Now keep up your quest for truth with this next news report. And if you found our channel enlightening, join the millions who agree with you. Tap subscribe. Thank you for watching the Next News Network.